Great. So let's go.
Perfect. So we can start?
Yep, please.
Awesome. So I guess like any story, there's a beginning. So I'll kind of explain how our company started. So our CEO's name is Sadiq. And as the story goes, a couple of years ago, he was looking into invest into real estate, and he looked around the market. But as you guys all know, real estate has a very high, basically, entry point, right? Like you have to invest a lot to get into real estate. So the two options available to him at the time was invest 30% and borrow 70%, or pay for the entire property upfront. And for most people, that's not possible. It's not attainable. So he thought there must be a better way. And really that's how we came up with crowdfunding. So what crowdfunding really does is it combines the resources of many people, and it allows you to purchase something that you would not be able to get by yourself. And that's really the idea behind SmartCrowd is we bring together a lot of investors and we purchase an asset under all their names. So it's an asset that each individual would not have access to by themselves, but since they're all working together, they can now have access to this new asset class they didn't never have access to before.
Yeah, absolutely. It's opening up a new market essentially, right? So people traditionally, middle income families, people who are making regular jobs, who don't have access to real estate as an investment class, as Amar rightly said. So it's opening up the pyramid, right? So traditionally it's at the top of the pyramid, now you're coming a bit down, and you're really targeting the middle of the pyramid, where now people can collectively pool their resources together and still reap the benefits.
And the main idea here is not to buy a property for yourself, but to invest in properties, right?
Okay. Yes. So it's very much an investment. As we tell people all the time, we don't tell them to invest just in real estate. Of course, if it's your personal finances, you want to invest in stocks, bonds. You want to diversify your portfolio. But of course, as you guys would know, investing in real estate lowers your risk, and of course, it even increases your return. So it's a part of educating the market as well.
And is there any kind of formula that you come inside and then you need to go out when you take your money back, or people can stay how long they want, or how does it work? The business model of the startup.
No, for sure. So the number we kind of use is most of our numbers are based off of 5 years. So after 5 years, you can decide what you want to do.
Okay.
But in term, there's no lock-in period. There's no specific period you have to stay in, and you can stay in it as long as you want. So it's up to the client. Really what we try to do is tell the client that you guys are in control. It's not us that are in control. We set everything up, we manage everything, but at the end of the day, the decision is up to you.
And who owns the property in the end?
Yeah, so the way it's currently constructed is the property is purchased by the client. We set up as SPV. It's a special purpose vehicle. It's done through a DFSA. Think of it almost like a company. And what happens is this company owns the property, and the clients are the shareholders of the company. So that's how we can put 20, 30 people on one property, because if we task them directly, we can only put about 5 to 7 on a single property, and this way we can get up to 40 people on a single property.
So the natural barrier for you to go abroad is the local legislation, if they allowed or not to do these kind of things, right? Are you just working now in the United Arab Emirates, or you already have operations out of the market?
So right now we're working out of the UAE, and we have properties from UAE. From Dubai specifically, but in the future, the plan is very much to be global. We're already in discussions. Obviously, we can't say too much before things happen.
Sure.
But we're already the CEO is already in discussions to open up the platform globally as well, and we're very hopeful that we should be able to do that sooner rather than later.
Because the main point for me to get interested in your company is that the local market in Brazil now is warming up, and that could be a very good opportunity for the company, but also for locals to start changing the way they invest their money, right? Because it's the same thing. Maybe in the future, with blockchain already around the world, maybe it will be easier to do this, what you're doing now, because I can do through blockchain. But now you are the blockchain, the physical blockchain of the ecosystem, right?
Yep.
How long time is the company? Sorry.
The company started about 2 years ago.
Okay.
The platform went live last November.
Wow. So yeah, you have like 1.5 years planning and
regulations
structure.
as well.
Also regulations.
Yes.
Yeah. So
okay.
I think the good thing moving forward as we do expand, we kind of did all the work at the beginning, all the regulatory stuff, all that kind of stuff. So once we do start to expand, it won't take as long, because as you're establishing this, we're the first ones basically regulated to do this in Dubai. So they had to build new regulations for everything. So it's a brand new industry basically, right? So that's why it took so long to get started. But we kind of got that out of the way right at the beginning, and now moving forward, it should be a lot quicker. And like Hassan said, we are looking at expansion. That's our next major focus, and that should be happening pretty shortly. Actually.
Soon.
And are you part? This is accelerator or incubator? How this space we are now? What
Yeah,
is
so this is an open workspace. Of course, fintech, they have many, they have accelerator programs, various different startups working here, predominantly in the fintech space, of course. So our offices are here, of course, in DIFC as we sit here. But yeah, it's a co-sharing, co-working space of various different startups in the fintech space.
And just well, personal curiosity. Your background. I mean, did you come from real estate or completely different? Or?
So maybe Amar can start with his, and then I can go with mine. Yeah.
My background's in finance, so in Canada, I was a chartered investment manager, so I worked more on the equity side. I was building client portfolios, that kind of thing. And what kind of interested me with this was, most frustrating part of my last job was trying to include real estate in portfolios, just because for the normal person, it takes up so much of your equity, where like 90% of their portfolios in real estate because it's their house, and they have like 10% in everything else. So this kind of gave me the opportunity to really start working with real estate and building portfolios and walking clients through that. So for me, it was kind of like the natural evolution. It was like my enemy, and I had like finally.
I can picture you and Sadiq having a beer. He's trying to buy something. You're trying to sell him for financing, and then you had a good idea.
Yeah. So yeah, my background's been in finance.
Yeah. So I mean, I studied finance, and then in my undergrad, but then I ended up working for EY, Ernst & Young, for a number of years. Sadiq was at Ernst & Young as well. I was consulting in specifically forensic fraud investigations, white collar crime, investigating that. And then I kind of took a leap. I started working with startups, helping them on their business development, helping them on their growth strategies, and worked a little bit in the UK as well. So then now I came back to Dubai, and essentially it's the first foray into real estate, but in terms of business development, I have a background in that. So.
And your nationality is just for the records?
Yeah, so Pakistani Canadian, and it just happens to be that we're both Pakistani Canadian.
Oh,
yeah, it just happens
and
to be.
Same thing actually.
Pakistani Canadian. Okay.
Yeah.
We do have a diverse team. It's just half of us happen to be Pakistani Canadian
it was
somehow.
random, honestly. It just ended up happening that way.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. We had the 15 minutes video. Now I open for questions, and I will try my best to see if I can put you also online in the day of the event there, so you can answer questions.
Absolutely.
Because I will be doing the same.